All right, guys, we'll give it 1 minute. Let everybody jump on, and then we'll start. All right, guys. Welcome to the live session Wednesday, March 4th, 2026. Let's get started. All right, so all right, I zoomed out my screen and made my screen bigger because I had some people wanted my screen to be bigger, so I made it bigger for you. I hope that's big enough. I hope it's not too big for other people. Let me know in the comments. Let me know either after or during the session if you can see it, if it's too big, if it's too small. Let me know. All right. So let's get into this. ES, we're in this downtrend, and we can see that it's respecting this downtrend pretty well. Okay. And so our main target for this downtrend is right here, right? Basically that 200 SMA we wanted to tap. Now, if we just clear all this out, we could see that we're still in this box here to here. Okay, this box is still valid. Okay, we're still in this box, kind of going sideways. All right, sideways action. So here's the mid level. Here's the mid level of the box. It's about right there. That was the mid level of the box. You see we're in the lower end of the box. 6,900 is the flat line. Okay. So we're underneath the lower end of the box. Okay, but not by much. You know, it's only 6,900 is the mid level. Okay. So we zoom in here and we can see, all right, what's going on? Well, we have that downtrend. Okay, we have that downtrend. Okay, we have this potential bear flag. We have that bear flag. Okay, we have the 50, we have the 20, we have the 100. Okay, the 100 was acting as support last week. Okay, and, you know, we rejected that breakout. And now we're battling between that 100. Okay, currently we're holding, but we're rejecting that 20 SMA. But really, that doesn't matter right now. What matters is tomorrow. Tomorrow, are we going to get over that 6,900 and then go to 6,933 and test that downtrend again and then reject there and then come back down? Or are we just going to reject the 6,900 currently, come down to say 6,830, okay, and form this little inverse head and shoulders? So if we come down to 69.30, we could even come down to 67.80. Okay, and we could still have this like weird looking inverse head and shoulders. It's still head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders, whether you want it here at 68.30 or you want it here at 67.80, as long as we don't break 67. All right, so I'm going to be looking for it when it hits that 50. Once it hits this 50 here, okay, because we had this little this bullish divergence that happened here when we double bottomed here. When we bottomed here and then we bottomed again, then we went up. We had that bullish divergence there, and that's what initiated that head of that inverse head and shoulders. Now that 6,900 is the neckline of this inverse head and shoulders. Now, is this guaranteed that this inverse head and shoulders is going to happen? No, not at all. But is it there? Is it possible? Do we have to be aware of it? And yes, we do. Okay, that's what makes us traders. We got to be aware of situations. We got to be aware of the patterns that are building that could either take us up or take us down. So we know that 6,900 is resistance. Okay, we hit that today. We hit that on what was that? Okay. So hit that 2 days ago. And then we bottomed out yesterday. Okay, ran up today, and this is basically tomorrow. So we hit it. Okay, if we pull back, I would say we pull back to around 68.35 or 68.30. So this is between 68.35 and 68.30 for this area of support here. Now, if we don't hold that support, we come back to 67.80, and then we hold that support, and then we come up, and then we run up. I kind of think we hit that 67.80 and then come up, so that it fakes down and gets just people to get really short, and then it turns up and rips. Now, if it holds the 68.30 and 68.35 area, then this is really strong. And, we got to get out of puts, and we got to participate in that potential upswing that it's going to have. So the upswing that it's going to have, you could see on the 4 hour, we can see that inverse head and shoulders as well. So we can see there's big volume on the head, and that's what we like to see. So the big volume yesterday, I mentioned it yesterday when we posted the after hours analysis on the SPY and ES, that we did have big volume yesterday. It was over average volume, like, I don't know, 109 or 160%, I believe, above average. So this can be a good potential inverse head and shoulder. All right. Now, so I still in puts, but if we start hanging out at the 68.30, or we can't break that 67.80, we're gonna have to play it appropriately, and we're gonna have to jump on in calls, get long calls, and the potential for this to break out. We're going to be breaking 7,000. We're going to go 70, 80, and 7,000. 7,000 and 70, 80. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. That's what we're looking at, the potential. That's what we're looking at, the setup. That's what we're looking at for ES. Okay, we've been doing nothing. Okay, nothing for months. Let me see. All right. So if we break that 750, right? So we said 7,000 and potentially 780 was our targets. So if we break that 750, 745 area, the potential that we're going to go is 7,300. We're going to go 7176 and 71 or 7,300. Okay? So that's where we're going to go. That's going to be our targets. That's going to be our target areas. All right? So now we see 68.30 is right here, support. We do have 68.50 has some good support here. So we got to see that 68.30 to 68.50 what holds. Okay, I put these as red because of the downtrend. This red area is where we want to buy puts. That's why I bought puts today. We didn't get up here, but I'm not going to say that even if we do that inverse head and shoulders and we break out of here, that I'm not going to get some puts up here, because even if we do break out and we push into this zone area, there's nothing to say that some big headline news could come out, trap people here, and then we fall right back straight down. Okay, so I'm obviously going to be cautious. I'm going to play what I see, but I'm also going to be cautious in this environment. of heavy news lines and situations that are unforeseeable, right? We're not gonna foresee a bombing or say a plane gets shot down or a boat gets blown up or submarine gets shot. We can't foresee that. Okay, we can't foresee that on our end, right? So if say something happens and we have some kind of major military situation, we can't foresee that, right? I saw something that said if an aircraft carrier goes down in any way, that's going to be really, really bad. Okay, we can't foresee that. Can't foresee it. So, might as well be prepared in a situation than unprepared in the situation. So tomorrow's a setup day. I think that the setup day is going to be, like I said, we come down to this zone right here. So this is going to be zone number 1. So zone number 1, okay, and then this is going to be zone number 2. So we got zone 1 between 68.30 and 68.50. All right, zone 2 is going to be between 67.56 and 67.80. Okay. So put that down here. All right. So zone 1, zone 2. I think we're gonna drop for sure to those zones. We already have a bearish divergence here. We have a bearish divergence here on the 1 hour. Excuse me. So we already have a bearish divergence there on the 1 hour, and so this is already telling us we're gonna come down to the zone here. So we're gonna come down to zone 1 at least. If we don't hold that, come down to zone 2, and then we see if we hold that or not. Even if we're not holding, I'm still gonna get some longs there. Just in case some kind of news comes out and we rip it up. But if we come down to 67.10, this whole thing is just completely washed out, and we're going down to our main target that we wanted to get down to before, which is 66.03. Okay, or 6,000 or 6,600. Okay, 6,600. 6609 is where that 200 SMA is. 6603 is where that daily support is. Okay. So that's what we're looking at on ES. All right. So tomorrow's a big day for setup. Big day for setup. Big day to get out of puts if you are heavy in puts, and you don't want to get caught in a wild upstream. See, we're already dropping down to this level here. So probably what we're probably gonna drop here, chop around, or we're gonna drop inside here and chop around until tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow morning's gonna come and we either lose it and come back down here and then hold here and then it comes back up. Or we chop around here, open up, maybe pretend to dip and then come back up and then set up for Friday rally. All right. So that's what we're looking at ES, SPX, SPY. That's the whole setup. Okay. All right. So that's what's going on. That's what I see. That is what I foresee. This is what I'm looking at, and this is what I'm feeling like is going to happen. So there is a big possibility that happens, but again, this has been very choppy, So we got to be playing both sides either way. Okay, we got to be hedged either way. All right. So that's ES for you. Okay. So that's ES. And I'll go into SPY. Okay. All right. So SPY. So SPY here, we're in that downtrend. Okay, this red area is where we got puts. This is that put area between 686 and 689. Okay, 688 was the area of resistance as well. So if we're below that 685, we come back down here to 680. So let's go to that 4-hour chart and see what the setup is. Okay. All right. So here we have that same inverse head and shoulders. Okay, 680 is going to be support. And if we come down even lower, 675 is going to be that support that we turn around. So we either hit that 680 or we hit that 675. And we turn around and go up. Okay. So let's go to the hourly. It's going to show us better. Okay. So hourly. We have some support right here. 682. 682.50. But more likely than not, we'll hit that 680. Hit that 680. Okay. We either bounce there or we come down to 677 to 675. And then we bounce there and go up. Okay. So that's... So that's what I'm seeing. Okay, ES is the one that showed it. SPY, it's the same exact set, the same thing. So we could see that larger inverse head and shoulders. And what will targets be? Okay, let's see here. All right. So overall targets. If we break out of that 697, we'll have 708 and 720 as our major targets. Okay, 708 and 720. For our inverse head and shoulders, here, we'll have 696.50, and we'll have 704. Okay, for inverse head and shoulders. All right. Okay. So 696.50 and 704. Okay. That's for ES and SPY. All right. Now, if we just reject that and we lose that 697 or 675, our target is still 66.88. Okay, that's where we really wanted to go. That's where I wanted to hit that. Even though Our 200 SMA is a little lower than that at 655. This area here is very, very strong, very, very strong support. But as you can see, the volume here on the daily, you can see the volume here on the daily. We got a lot of volume on this daily candle right here. We got a lot of volume here. We got some decent volume today. So, and we had a little lower volumes throughout the here. So as the volume is increasing and the pattern is forming, you know, we have to consider the fact that, you know, we might not get that 66.6. Okay. We might not get it. That's okay. We just got to play the game. Play the game right. Okay. So even though all that, we just want some trend and some continuation, and that'd be great. So if we could just get some continuation and some trend, that'd be good. The sideways action has been kind of crazy. Okay, so let's do NASDAQ. Okay, NASDAQ, we can see we've been sideways here. Sideways. Sideways action. Okay, and then we got under the sideways action, and this has been acting as resistance, and now we have this sideways action. Now we have this sideways action here. Okay. So we've been in a sideways action, drop, sideways action for a little while. We haven't been trending. We've been going sideways. Okay. So there's a lot of chop. And I know people get frustrated during chop, you know, especially with options. Options get chopped up. You know, it's a part of trading sometimes, you know. So once we get that trend going, whether it's up or down, you know, we'll be in a very, very good situation. Okay. Now we see this inverse head and shoulders is a little different. You see on the SPY and the ES, this left shoulder is a lot stronger, but on the Qs, the right shoulder is a lot stronger. Okay, so with this one, I expect we go to 24,950. Okay, 24,950 is where we're gonna drop to. So we're gonna drop about what, 50 points? No, 100 points. Gonna drop like 100 points, and then I think it's gonna hold there and set up because it's a lot stronger. And this is more of a bull flag than that's inverse head and shoulders. So with QQQs, I think that this is going to be an area of buy, 24,940, 24,950. That's going to be the area to buy. If that doesn't hold, then 24,750 to 24,800 would be the area to buy. But that would make it super weak. So I think in order for this to work and for us to go higher, it needs to hold 24,940 to 24,950. If it does that, holds it, then we set up, and then we could go 25.4 and then 25.5. And that's NASDAQ. Okay, that's NASDAQ. Okay, I'll do the Qs. All right, Qs. All right, Qs. Okay, we stopped right at that 610 area. All right. Now, this isn't the prettiest reversal here. But we did hold 595 3 times. So that could be a triple bottom right there. And, we do have a bullish divergence here. Very good bullish divergence here on the daily, and we do have high volume on the last bottom of that triple bottom. So again, I would like us to hold 107. If we pull back, let me see. Let me check it out. Yeah, 107 to 106. Yeah, 106 to 107. I like this to hold 106 to 107. If it could hold 106 to 107, I think it's very strong. The Qs, I think they're very strong if they could hold 106, 107. And that's going to set up a bull flag. And that bull flag is going to take you to 615, 617, and 622. And most likely more. If this is a triple bottom, that it looks like it is, then I think that's what it's going to do. Because if it pulls back here tomorrow, holds it, Friday breaks it, we could see 620. We could see 620 Friday. From 607, 606, 607 to 620 Friday. If this breaks out that downtrend. Because not only does it have to break the downtrend, it has to break the 100 and the 50. If it does that, then 620, 622 happens. All right. With the amount of volume that's coming in, it looks like that's what's going to happen. Okay. So you got your plan for the markets, at least. Markets are SPY, QQQ, ES, NASDAQ. You have the plan for those, at least. You know that if we hold those areas, the markets are going to be bullish. And what does a bullish market do? It brings up all other stocks. So every other stock is going to be bullish as well. Okay? So that's what you're going to get if that happens. Okay? So tomorrow, if all those things hold, it's time to get out of those puts. And maybe hold some longer term puts just in case, because you never know what's going to happen with these news events or these wild card events that you don't understand when or where they're going to happen. We might break out and everybody's like, yeah, let's go buy the dip. And then all of a sudden, overnight, over the weekend, say Friday, we have that big breakout. Over the weekend, we just open up at, say, 588 because of something. You don't know. So play what you see, but over the weekend, you gotta hold some puts. You got to in this environment. All right. Let me see here. IWM been in this long consolidation. Long consolidation. RSI is right at 50. Squeeze setting up. Okay, volume coming in the last 3 days, just like the markets have been. SPY, QQQ. Okay, so in between those moving averages, we're right smack in the middle here. Okay, we're right smack underneath the lower end, just like we are across the markets. You get past that 264, I'm going to run it up. Okay, let's see what they got. All right. So this inverse head and shoulder is weaker, right? Weak. You remember the Qs were stronger, SPYs were right on point, and now the IWMs is weak. Okay, it still has a bull flag. It still has a little bull flag on it. Okay, it still has a bullish divergence on it. Okay, that's a bullish divergence for sure. Okay, we got a bullish divergence on the IWM. That's definitely bullish divergence setting up. Okay, this is saying it wants up 2. So again, we pull back a little bit. Maybe 259, maybe a little bit more, maybe even 258. But this one's saying that it wants to go higher as well. So SPY, QQQ, IWM, saying it wants to go higher. Okay, saying it wants to go higher. Okay, now let's check DIA. 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 RSI below 50, squeeze. But we got big volume coming in again. Okay, we got back into this box. So we got out of the box here. We got back in the box. We got below the box here. Now we got back in the box. So this one looks very similar to IWM, except it's a little stronger. Just a little stronger. Okay, but still bullish divergence. Bullish divergence. Big volume. Probably a pullback to 485, and then it goes. Takes off. So same story, different ETF. It's a pullback, then a run. That's what we're seeing all across the board. Pullback, then a run. Okay. Pullback and run. So that's what we're anticipating for tomorrow. Anticipating pullback, then a run. All right. And this one, we have that 490, 491, 492, or 494, 496. Okay, so that's that. You have some room up top. Okay, you break out that 496, you got 500. So you got room on DIA. Okay. All right. All right, let's get into some stocks. All right. Silver Mamba, what's up, man? How you doing? All right. Matt Harsh, hey, man, what's up? How you doing? Thank you. Appreciate you guys' time, too. Okay. All right, let's go into the first one. Okay, Pepsi. All right, Pepsi. Pepsi right now is just chilling. Okay. It's just chilling. Nothing looks wrong with it. It's just going sideways. If we look at it on a weekly chart, you could see that it's beautiful, actually. Very beautiful. Beautiful stock. Beautiful setup. We have a weekly bull flag here. Just going sideways. And it's not a bad thing, because Pepsi, we were in a long downtrend. Okay, we had that big breakout. Okay, now we're just building a monthly, weekly bull flag. That's still needing to set up. Like I think maybe not this month. or maybe I don't know. Maybe this month might be a wash. But on the monthly, it says it thinks. On the monthly, it says to me, it says we rally next month like this. Okay, we have the bull flag. We have the 1 day that is lower than the bull day. And then we have the next month that is going to rip it to 180 and more. Okay. Now on the weekly, it says, okay, we have that bull flag. We have that set up. We could rip this any week. We could rip it tomorrow, next week. We could rip it the week after that. The weekly set up really nicely. Now the monthly is difficult, right? Because we just started the month. It's the 4th. So we could change this one into this one easy. We could change that to that easy. Could easily do that. But if it stays underneath this high of 171.48, it's going to stay like that. But we could easily change that. We could easily change that to that. The weekly says we could easily do that. Okay, the daily says we could easily do that. The daily says, hey, we're just consolidating. We set up, we could easily break 170, 150. We go 180 and more. So what I would do here, I would just get more time on Pepsi. It doesn't look bad. It doesn't look horrible. It looks fine. RSI's above 50 still. We're building a squeeze. Stochastics kind of just chilling. We are below the 20 SMA, but that's just letting our moving averages catch up to us. We're above 160, which is the daily support and the weekly support. And that looks good. We fill these gaps here. We don't have any gap belows. It looks good. It looks good. Maybe just buy more time. See, check out the trades. All right. Let's see. April calls. They're pretty cheap. I would say. Let's see. June calls are getting up a little bit more, but still kind of relatively cheap. June, I would say, would be perfect. A long time, and I think whether it's breaks out this month or next month. I mean, June you have a couple months, right? Because you got April next month, you got May, and then you got June. That's 3 more months. But May's look good as well. May's not bad, but overall the stock in general doesn't look horrible. Doesn't look bad at all. It looks great. I mean, if you saw this on a daily chart or an hourly chart, you'd be like, "Oh, I'm in that. I'm gonna play that." This is a weekly chart. Okay, looks good, looks great. Doesn't look bad to me at all. Okay, if you're worried about the March calls, yeah, you can roll them out, but is it for sure not gonna hit? It's not. It's not a for sure. Like I said, Pepsi on the daily, on the weekly, it looks like it could go still. It doesn't look bad. Okay. All right. CVX. All right, CVX now. Now CVX, we just made a new high yesterday. Okay. But we do have a bearish divergence on the daily. Okay. On that new high that we made a lower high. All right. So we got up here on Monday. Right. We had the gap up Monday. And then we had that run up too on Tuesday. And then we gapped down today. Okay, and then we came back up a little bit. We're outside of this channel. We have a bearish divergence. Okay, we've been steady in this channel here. And I don't want to say that we're I mean, we are kind of getting out of the channel, but it's a weekly channel, and we could easily get back inside of it. So I don't want to jump the gun and saying we're gunning out, but yes, there is a bearish divergence on there. As far as monthly and weekly go, though, this thing has just started. So this is breakout point. Okay, and we're right at that breakout point. Okay, and this is why we're having some difficulty. We're having some difficulties here because we're at that breakout point. Okay, and so we're breaking all-time highs, breaking point. Okay, RSI looks great. It just started. Squeeze on the monthly looks great. It just started. CVX, I think, is going to be one of the biggest winners in oil for everything that's going on, whether it's Venezuela, whether it's Iran, whether it's Russia. I think Chevron is going to be the biggest winner out of all. Biggest winner. They have the majority of the plants out in Venezuela and Iran. They have some as well. And I think they're going to be one of the biggest benefactors of this war, if not the biggest benefactor of the war. Okay. As far as majority share. Okay. So short term, maybe we have a little problem, but longer term, 223, 266, I think we'll definitely hit. Okay. And see, here's the problem with oil, right? And oil companies, just like what we're seeing right now. Like, we've had this bearish divergence since January 30th, right? It started, and then we're coming down, but we're still steadily rising up. You know, we had that bearish divergence at 179. We got it at 183. Okay, now we're at 191, and we still have it, but we haven't translated it into price action, and price action is king. So price action is telling me we're still steadily trending up. We're still making higher highs and higher lows, higher highs. Let's see if this is a low or not, but we're steadily grinding on that 20 SMA. So it's not telling me that it's done yet. Okay. Should you hedge up? Possibly, yes, because of that bearish divergence. And, you know, obviously we're seeing some weakness because every time we pop up, we sell, pop up or sell. But then we also buy back up, right? We pop up, we sold off, then we bought back up, popped up, sold off, and then popped back up, then sold off, popped back up. So we're still seeing this demand here. Okay. But, you know, we could definitely hedge up or get out of any short terms if you'd like. But the trend is still intact. We're making higher highs. We're making higher lows. RSI is giving us a fair warning that, hey, there's some weakness. But that doesn't mean we can't try and pop again and hit these areas. But yes, if you want to hedge up, yes. If you want to roll out, yes. But at the time, price action is not telling me that it's done yet. If we lose that 20 SMA and we lose 181.71, then yes, we're done. We're done there. We're done there, and then where are we going to go? If we get done, then we go 176. 170 to 176 is going to be the buy area to get long again. If we're done right now. Okay. But I need to see more. Okay. If we go on a lower time frame. Okay, we see that we hit the upper channel here after hours at that 200 level. and we sold off. We came back up. We came back up, and we kind of came up at 191, and then we came back down here, and we kind of just been flat. So if we come back and test that 189 again, and then we reject it and then fall, that's another indication. All right, we're gonna drop. But at least if we could come back and test that 189, 190 area, you know, it'd be worth a hold. Okay, I hope that makes sense. All right, moving on. Okay, XOM. All right, XOM, another oil. Again, another, as I explained to the Chevron. Okay, same thing with oil. Okay, you don't know the situation. Okay, do we have a bearish divergence? Yes. We have a false breakout? Yes. Okay, but are we holding support? Yes. Are we right at that 20 SMA? Yes. Are we still making higher highs and higher lows? Very possibly, yes. Okay, if this is a higher low, then yes. Are we making lower lows? No, we're not. We're making higher highs, higher lows. Okay, and so price action, not telling me we're done yet. Okay, does it look pretty? No, but you don't have to look pretty. Okay. Now trend wise. Okay, rally up on the weekly. Okay, try to break out here. Failed. Okay, we're holding though. Okay, week's not done. We could come all the way back up here and make a little doji candle. Okay. Okay, monthly channel. Perfect. Squeeze just fired. Our side looks good. All right. This candle, not the best looking candle for the month. But again, as I said before, it's March 4th. We have a whole month to change this candle. This candle could go all the way back up here to 166, 168, and then close, and then next month we drop. Okay, because we're at the top of the channel. We're not at the top of the channel yet. Okay, we're not at the top of the channel, so that doesn't count. Okay, daily, we're still holding. Price action still holding. Everything's still holding. We're not making lows. We're still making highs and higher lows. We're not making any lows. We haven't made any lower low. And we haven't made a low at all. I mean, lower than the lows that we have already. We haven't made any of those. There's no reason to say that the trend is done. Because we're still making higher highs and higher lows. The trend is not done. Does it look weak? Sure. But doesn't matter. Trend is not done until it's done. Okay? So what is the old saying? The old saying is the trend is your friend. So, is the trend done? No, it's your friend. So be good to your friends and your friends will be good to you. Okay? So Exxon, maybe if you want to hedge up, get some puts on it. To, make you feel secure if it drops or get more time, whatever it is. But the trend is not done. And it's signaling that it's not done. And it's not telling us it's done. We have a bearish divergence, sure. But this could be just an RSI reset. It hits 50, bounces, takes off, and we could continue on. Okay? All right. That should explain every oil to every one of you guys. Okay? That's the basis of all of it. So CVX and XOM, biggest ones here. It's gonna be the same story. It's gonna be the same story. All right. So MicroStrategy. Okay, that's next. Yeah, MicroStrategy. All right, MicroStrategy. It's time to make us money back. And it's that simple, right? It's time to make us some money back. So MicroStrategy kind of did us dirty in the early year. Now I made us some money today, finally. Gonna make us some more money. Let's look at the charts. Volume, big, great. RSI, above 50, amazing. Okay? Squeeze, setting up, positive, huge. Stochastics, looking like they're ready to go and fly. Okay? Bing, 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 boom. All right. Now, set up the low, 104. I think that's going to be the 52-week low. Okay, set up consolidation here. Let's check this out. It's consolidation. Okay, consolidation to here. All right, we broke out of that consolidation. Okay, we go to at least 158. Okay, mid-level is mid-target, which is 149.36. We hit that today. So next target is 158.56. All right. So that's where we're going. We need to get. We already got past the 20 SMA. Now we get past that 50 SMA. We go with that 161. We get past that 162. We go 180. So 181 to 185 is my target. Now why is that? Very simple. Very, very simple. Zoom out. Come here. We have a left shoulder right here. Right here at 181 to 185. We have a left shoulder right here. We have a head, inverse head right here. We pop this up to 181 to 185. We have rejection. We fall back down. We have a inverse head and shoulder building. Okay? A lot of you can't see it because it's very early, but I've been doing this for 20 years. I see these things building easy. This is an easy build for inverse head and shoulders, especially on a downtrend. I mean, we go to a weekly, we'll see it a lot better. Okay, one shoulder. Okay, here's the head. We come back up here, come back down. Got an inverse head and shoulders right there. And then that inverse head and shoulders will take us where? Depends on where it stops, but most likely takes us to 265 and 221. All right. So if the inverse head and shoulders is going to take us to 265, 261. Okay. Then we play it to 280, 281. Okay. Get some puts at this area. Okay. Pulls back to say 260, 262, or maybe even 240. Who knows? But pulls back to these areas. One of these three. It's going to be 140, 150, 160. Pulls back to these areas. Makes that right shoulder. We get even long it again. We take out the puts, get long it again, and then 220 to 226 to 250 is where we're gonna go. These bottomed. As long as Bitcoin bottom. Let's look at Bitcoin because that's important for these stocks. Bitcoin. 60,000 was the bottom. It's a nice round number. Okay, and I said it's going to double from there, so it's going to go to 120. But right now, as long as Bitcoin stays above 72,000, okay, it needs to stay above 72,000. As long as it stays above 72,000, it's outside of this consolidation. Holds that consolidation, where's it got to go? Only where up is up. Only way to go is up. And then our next target is what? This gap fill right here at 80,900. Okay? So we take that consolidation. We see where we're going. We see the first target is 78,000. And then the next target here is 82,000. Okay? Lines up perfectly with our gap fill. All right? So, gap fill. 81,200. Okay. So that's going to be our gap fill there. And if it does that and starts moving away from the bottom that it created, we start moving away from this price, right? If price starts moving away from this bottom, then we're going to start to create an uptrend. And when that uptrend starting to create, as it's starting to now, look at RSI's above 50, squeeze forming, stochastics going, volume coming in big. Okay, we start to head this way instead of coming down. Now we're going to start an uptrend. This is the bottom. We start an uptrend. The uptrends are going to take us higher. If Bitcoin goes higher, then all of its products that depend on Bitcoin are going to go higher. Okay, that's how they got high in the first point. Bitcoin shot up high, they came down, or they went up high. Now how they come down? Bitcoin shot down high, those products shot down high. All right. So now we see, can this be the bottom? Well, here we had a lot of consolidation here. Okay. And we have that 200 SMA right there. All right. This could definitely be a bottom. Okay. We need to see a little bit more conviction. Sure. You know, we don't want to see this where it tries to break out and then we fail and come back in. No, we don't want to see that. But here, doji. And then here we have a indecision candle. And then here we have a bullish engulfing on the weekly. Looks good to me for a bottom. Looks good to me. Let's go to the monthly. Monthly here. What do we have? Oh, this is beautiful. Now, why is this beautiful? I'm going to tell you why this is beautiful. Because we gapped below last month's candle. Last month's candle opened at 77,730. We opened at 65,405. I guarantee that if this is a bottom, that Bitcoin is going to close either above 74,000 this month, but most likely we're going to close above 78,000. We're going to close above 78,000. Okay, we're going to close above 78,000. 78,000 this month. We will close above 78,000. So if we're looking at 78,000, it's right here. It's not that far away. But I believe this month we will at least close above 78,000. I think we're going to be more. We'll probably be around 80,000. I know we're going to get the gap fill this month. As long as this holds, 72,000 holds, then we'll go to we'll go to 81,000. Fill that gap. Okay, we'll see if we hold that. If not, we're going to either way close above 78,000. If this month we close above 78,000, it solidifies the fact that Bitcoin bottomed. And that's it. Because we have that monthly bullish engulfing. So here we will engulf this candle. So here we will be here. So we will engulf this candle. So we will be bigger than this candle here. We will engulf that candle and then we will go higher. Okay? And that will solidify the bottom. All right, so if that's going to solidify the bottom for Bitcoin, then MicroStrategy is going to go take off to 180, 185, whatever it is, pull back, set up, and go higher. All right? All right. All right, next. All right, Riot. Okay, Riot, it has a bull flag here. It's holding 1525 support. Breakout is 1740. Target is 19 and 21. Yeah, what it had earnings 3.2. Okay, I don't know what it is because it doesn't say what the earnings was, but it must have not mattered because it didn't do much. Um, so yeah, that's the thing. Bull flag 1525 breakout 1740 target 19 and 21. All right, all right. Okay, Disney. Disney. Disney's a hard one because I don't like this inverse cup and handle. So this here is an inverse, and this is a cup and handle. I don't like the inverse cup and handle. If you can't hold 102, you just got to get away from this stock. Just got to get away from it because it's gonna break down, and it's probably gonna be heading toward this gap fill, which is right here. So if it can't hold 102, it's gonna break down and go to 92. I have some leaps I got to get out of if that's the case as well. So, I thought this was gonna do it. It didn't do it. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes you gotta have losers. But yeah, if it loses 102, it's going to 92. So that's a $10 drop. Okay, we got an inverted cup and handle. Not looking good. If you could get past 105.78 and 107.71, you're in good shape. If not, throw this one to the trash. All right. Tesla hit its 200 SMA yesterday and made a bullish harami and confirmed that bullish harami today. So it's good. We just need to get past 410. If we could get past 410, we could get 415 and 420. Okay, but it looks good. Looks good as long as it holds. It already confirmed the bullish harami. So now we just got to get past this 20 SMA at 410.23. We get past that, then 415, 423. All right. Okay. All right. Roku. Okay, Roku chopping around in this large consolidation zone. You can see it better in the weekly here. This here has been like this for a while. Okay, this is a large consolidation zone here. So, it doesn't look horrible in the monthly, but you've been going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the 7th month you're in this consolidation zone. So it's kind of the lower end, so that's kind of a good thing. But here's your midpoint, 100 is your midpoint. It's your midpoint. Okay, you're right below that. Once you get back above that 100.50, you could go 107. You got a bull flag. You got support at the 200 SMA right there at 94. This setup, you break that, you could go higher, but it looks okay. But there are better things out there. Okay. All right. Screen looks good. All right, great. Okay, good. All right. Tech. Okay. All right. This here. All right. Tech. Okay, well, this is previous breakout. Okay, see, I don't really see a good trend here. See here. I think that's what it's gonna be looking like. Very choppy stock. Very choppy. Okay. This is your box consolidation. You're in an uptrend on the weekly, um, but you're in this chop fest. You're at the lower end of the chop fest. Uh, yeah, this is gonna be in this. This is your mid. This is your mid level right here. Right there. That's your mid level. So you're in the lower end of the mid level. You could be long this, but it's gonna be choppy, 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 choppy. Um, yeah, there's better things out there. Okay. Okay. All right. BK. Okay, let's clear that out. Okay. Okay, okay. All right. You're in a descending triangle. You have earnings coming up in 12 days. Um, you got a bullish Rami confirmed today. You look like you're gonna be coming into this zone here. You're gonna be coming into this zone here, but that's all you're gonna get. So you'll come in here between 17 and 18, and you're gonna either stay in this zone until earnings, um, or you're gonna reject that zone and then come into it and then come back down it. But the stock is not ready to go. Not ready to go. It needs time. It definitely needs time. It's very choppy stock too. All right, FBO. Okay, FBO. Okay, so 96. So 96 is the all-time low. Okay. 96 is the all-time low. And you're kind of coming down near it. Okay. So you're asking me if this is a good stock to invest in? I mean, I think there's better things out there. Is it going to bounce here? It looks like it could bounce a little bit, but how much bounce are you going to get? Maybe 10 cents. Maybe. Are you going to come to this gap fill at 2? I don't know. You would have to, in order for this to be even considering me to be invest in it, I would have to think that it's going to get some kind of buyout and somebody's going to buy this company or invest in it heavily. Otherwise, I wouldn't even look at this company. It just doesn't look investable to me. Maybe you get lucky and you get in and it goes to $3. Maybe, but it doesn't look like volume is coming in too much. You know, it had a great day today and it's only 53% volume. So that means they're pushing it up on low volume. Whenever you push it up on low volume, that means they're just going to smack it down on high volume. So I don't see the value in this stock. Do not see the value. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay. UNH. Sorry to say, this is a shit stock. And, you know, everybody thinks it's going to come recover, and it never does. Thought it was going to recover here, never did. Thought it was going to recover here, did something, then it came back all the way back down. So, is there... it just doesn't look good to me at all. Zero. I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. If you think that you're going to go get this gap fill, then you gotta hope that they come out with some really good news, because their earnings came out and it was decent. They actually beat, but something dropped it really badly. So when something like that happens, then the only thing that can pop it back up is something positive. And if they drop something negative on the earnings, which was just a month and a week ago, I wouldn't expect that they're going to come a month and a half later and say, hey, never mind, we're back where we should be. Just doesn't do it. You got a dividend coming up. That's about it. Otherwise, dead money. Dead money. Okay. Okay, snow. All right. Let's clear that out. Okay, snow. All right, snow. You know, it's just consolidation here on snow. You're rejecting the 20 SMA consistently. You're building a descending triangle here. You have a little bullish divergence there. But you got to break this area at a 172, 173. You got to break that. And then you could get to 180. But that's about it. So, let's see here that's what the setup is. That's a squeeze. That's a setup. You can break that 172 and get to 180. It's something, but there's better things out there. You think this is the bottom of the bottom? I don't know. It does have some consolidation zones here. Could be a bottom. I don't know if it's the bottom of the bottom though. Let me see here. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's the bottom of the bottom. It's a perfect example. We got a channel here. Fell out, got back in, fell out, got back in. Okay, even if it pops to 180 or even pops to 190, it's still in the downward channel, rejects, could still go down. So you got you got maybe these two targets, and then I would be cautious, very cautious. All right, MDT. MDT head and shoulders pattern right away. Okay, it's losing the neckline right now. Probably going to 94, 93. That's our size below 50. Okay, squeeze forming down. Everything's down. Yeah, not a good long, but a good short. TXN. Okay, fill the bull flag. Okay, now it's coming down to the gap fill. So gap fill is right here at 198. So 198 is your target. That's where you should be going. 198. Got a squeeze firing down. Stochastics going down. R side down. 198 is your target. Might even get 192. But yeah, this one looks like a good short. Yeah, consolidation is huge. Try to break out here, failed. Try to break out here, failing. Going to 192, maybe even, 198, and then maybe probably 192. Okay. Okay, Xers. Okay. It's biopharma. It's a bioceutical. You know, these stocks, they're all over the place. You know, that's what gap up, run, and then gap down, fall. It's all about news. It's all about what comes out. It's all about what they can produce. It's all about if they could get their production under review or even approved to use in clinical trials and human trials and human use. So these are always a gamble. I don't suggest ever investing in these. Gap fill at 556. Otherwise, I wouldn't touch this or look at it again. Okay, AV. Okay, AV. Okay, gap filled. Okay. Gap filled, that's definitely a good thing. Okay, the high was 195.65. Low was 196. Okay. What is this company? Industrials. Delivers robotic systems, government agencies, cyberspace. Okay. Okay. I feel like this company is just too early. The chart does not look the greatest. Has a lot of pop and drops. Has a lot of pop and drops. So it's a gamble. You know, it might pop again, but it's definitely going to drop. So I would say any time you're in the zone to sell, Okay, if you get past that zone, okay, you can buy. Anything in the zone is a sell. It's a sell zone right there. So grab that. It's a sell zone. Here you could be a buy zone. You could be a buy zone here. So you could do that. But otherwise, you either buy this and hold it long term because you believe in the company. But trading wise, you could try buy here, sell there. But it's an earnings play in 7 days or 6 days. So otherwise, there's no trend, right? It's just up and down, up and down. There's no real trend unless you want to say this is a head and shoulders, because it could be, but you got filled and it's holding. So I don't think that head and shoulders is going to hit. But otherwise, it's just not good to me. At least to me, it's not a good tradable stock. Okay. ASTS. All right. All right, Space Mobile. All right, you got two channels here. You got a sideways channel here, then we got a sideways channel here. Okay, we popped up over 100. That's good. All right, we're going to 111, possibly 122, above 100. Good volume. There you go. Okay. All right, CRWV. Okay, Morningstar reversal. You can't get any better than this. Okay, Morningstar reversal is a gap down and then sell off with the reversal, doji candle, then a gap up, positive candle. All right, this is a self-confirming pattern. This is a self-confirming reversal. So it's reversed. It doesn't need to do anything else to show you that it reversed. We should be going up. We should hit 88 by Friday. That's my target. If not, we'll at least hit 85. I believe we'll hit 85 at least. Unless we gap up tomorrow and sell off, this pattern will not be taken away. So, nice reversal. Looks good. Right here at this area of support, which is even better. Okay, so the RSI by the end of the week should be back above 50. And then we should set up and push next week to 95, 98, maybe even 100 in either a week or two. So, CoreView looks great. Looks great. All right, Adobe. Okay, bottomed. Okay, bullish divergence. Looks good. Testing RSI 50. Okay, it's above. It's above 263. Okay, that's above the 20 SMA. Gets past above 280. We go 290 gap fill. And then we test that 295, 297 area. If we could get past that, we go to 305, and then we build the inverse head and shoulders from here, here, and here, and go higher. All depends on that earnings though too. About 8 days away. Okay. Okay. Amazon. Okay, Amazon got through that 212 area today. That's good. Okay, it looks like it's going to go to 220, 224, 223. But again, remember, markets pull back tomorrow. Everything pulls back tomorrow. All right. So everything pulls back. You buy the dip, then you could go. Okay. Then this will go to 225, 224 area. Okay, looks good so far. We didn't get that gap at 190, or was it 194? It was 194.70. We got close though. 196. So about $1.30 away. I think that's good enough. Okay, and now it's ready to go and move up. So you have some blessings to be in Amazon so far, even though I've hated it all year long. All right. NQ already did this earlier. Okay, NBIS. NBIS in this chop area had a nice indecision candle yesterday. Confirmed it today upside. Okay, it gets past this 99.21. You go 103.50. Okay. Netflix, what can I say? It's good long term. Don't expect much from it already, but it's already made a huge move. In the past 2 weeks, it went from 75 to 99. You're not going to get those moves every day. And this is going to chop around here or slowly grind up. But it's bullish. Nothing else to say about Netflix. Just stay long it. Google, nice double bottom right here. If the markets are going to go, Google's going to go as well. You got a double bottom here with a bullish divergence. We're holding that 100 SMA. We just need 2 nice days and we'll be at 320. Okay. Here's that possible little W pattern that could figure it out. If we get that double bottom, our target will be 120. Okay, Meta chopping around inside of this box. It needs to get past that 670 to 150, and then we could go 683 to 691. But again, like I said, pull back tomorrow and then we go Friday or later on today. Later on tomorrow. Okay. Okay, Iron, holding the consolidation here. Okay, indecision candle pop up. Okay, it looks like it's going to 45, 46. Need to get past that 47, and then you could go 49. Okay. Okay, BM and R. BM and R. Okay. All right. Bitmine emerging. So this is going sideways, doing nothing. Okay. I think I said this many times about this stock. If you want to be in this, buy it and hold it as a stock and don't look at it. Or buy 3 or 2 to 3 years out leaps and don't look at it. Because it does nothing. It does nothing. MVTS. All right, this one Still consolidating, but we got positivity. RSI over 50, volume kind of coming in. It's building. Is it ready yet? I don't know. It's building. I like it over 9. Yes, I've been liking it over 9, but it's still building. This consolidation is still building. It's not ready to go yet. Once it breaks that 11, then it's going. But otherwise, it's just consolidating sideways. Okay. SMCI still building as well. Consolidating, still building inside this consolidation zone here. Still in this, it's right in the mid area. Can it go? Sure. RSI has been holding that 50 great. Squeeze is building up. Buy volume is increasing. It looks like it wants to go, but is it going yet? I don't know. It's just going sideways. This chop, chop, chop. Maybe when the market starts to go and maybe when the market makes a move, maybe this will as well in the next 2 weeks or in the next week. But so far, nothing but sideways. Okay. Nothing else is showing me different. Okay. XLV still sideways. You should only be long-term calls this one. Nothing short-term. Only long-term calls on this one. Nice bull flag, a little cup and handle. Well, actually a big cup and handle. Okay, but it's just sideways right now. So don't be short anything. You got to be long this one, April or longer. Because, this one needs time. It's not going to go tomorrow. So this one needs time. If you want to be in that one, you got to give it time. HPQ. All right. Hewlett Packard, bullish divergence. Bullish divergence squeeze. Okay. Okay. Decent area right now. This is a monthly chart of it could go over here to 1955 and then bullish engulf that indecision. We got an indecision candle and then we get a bullish engulfing. That will solidify bottom. Here we have a nice bottoming tail here. And then this week wants to confirm that bottoming tail. That's good. Okay, so everything's looking like it's a very good bottom. So yeah, you could be long this one. You could be long this one. Essentially, the target's going to be 2150, 2160. All right, circle. Circle looks good. I think I said this last time. It looks pretty good. Hitting that 105 resistance. Very good buy volume here. Very good. If you got in here around 82, that's nice. Still got room to go. I think this one could go back to 134. Looks good. Long term looks good. Buy volume looks solid. BA looks amazing. Okay, I said at 224.60 is big buy zone. Okay, we held it here, we held it here, we held it here, we held it here, and we're gonna break the downtrend tomorrow. Once we break the downtrend, we go to 231 and 234, and then we start our uptrend. It looks beautiful. If you want to get even deeper into it, we could see that our side looks great. Okay, we got to see on the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, we got a big bullish divergence right here. Okay. Got a bullish divergence here. Okay, as the RSI keeps going up, this keeps going down. We turn it around here. Today was the big day to jump in. You got in yesterday, you got in today. It's a big day. We go to 230 this week, 231, 234. Looks good. Looks amazing. Squeeze firing to the bottom, but we're holding. And we break that downtrend, we start to run. Okay. Okay. Oracle. Oracle, simple as this. We broke the downtrend. We're above the 20 SMA. We get above that 153.63. We start moving to 165. We break that 165.40. Then we go to 170. Okay, we get to that 175 for earnings run. Okay, earnings run is in 6 days. Okay, so next Tuesday. So if we could get a little earnings run to maybe 173, that'd be great. And then it's going to do whatever it does. And then earnings comes out. Whatever it does on earnings doesn't matter. I think it's going to be a buy, whether it's after earnings or before earnings. If it doesn't do anything, I don't really trust the earnings this lately. They've been doing nothing. But considering that the market's turned and Bitcoin has turned and market's going to start pushing, this might be a good earnings. This might be the start of a turnaround in earnings. Might be, might not be. Okay, earnings are 50-50. That's just what it is. Okay, so, but I'm long this. I'm long this anyways. Today I got April 175 calls, and look, we got 13,000 volume. Somebody else got this big number as well. So it looks like somebody's seeing what I'm seeing. So I like that. I like it, and I'm gonna hold it, and I'm gonna stay with it. So we'll see what happens with it. Okay, Oracle MP. MP is just kind of chilling. RSI above 50. Squeeze going positive, looking good. Buy volume solid. Okay. Nice bull flag setting up. Indecision candle. We're just waiting for that one candle to push us up over 165. And yeah, that looks good. It looks good. Looks great. It's a little cup and handle on the what is it, the 4 hour? Yeah, 4 hour cup and handle. Okay. That cup and handle will take us to 70. All right, so let's go. Let's grab that and see. Cup and handle will take us to 72, 73. Okay, mid-level 69. All right. So be patient. We just got in MP. We just got in MP, what, 3 days ago? 3 days ago. So, I mean, I'm just chilling on it. It's looking good for me. It was up on Monday. And now it's just kind of chilling, but I think it's going to go still. Looks great. All right, CRDO. Okay, CRDO. All right, this stock here. I'll be frank. It doesn't look the greatest. You could possibly have a double bottom here with the bullish divergence on high volume, but you're battling an uphill battle. So I want to see more conviction. If you could get through that downtrend, that's one conviction. You get through that 20 SMA, that's a stronger conviction. Otherwise, you could reject there and then drop off. But possible, good news, double bottom with the bullish divergence. It's the only positive thing I see there. Okay, you need to get through that wall. There's a big wall right there. Berkshire Hathaway, in this big giant consolidation. You're at the bottom of it. Okay, in this big consolidation, you're at the bottom of it here. You're going back to 595, maybe get to 506, but you're in this giant consolidation. PNAW filled the gap here today. It got over the 20 SMA, filled the gap though, on low volume. You know, not the best thing to do. Low volume here. RSI gonna hit 50. I think this needs more time. You know, this is in a downtrend. Low volume. RSI is not above 50. It's above 20 SMA. It could be good, but I think it needs more time. I'd like it better above 167.88, and then I would know it's good. Right now, you know, it easily filled the gap here and then came back down. It could easily sell off tomorrow. So, not the I know not the answer you wanted, but it's the answer that's there. SoFi. SoFi is good long term, nothing short term though. It's at the 20 SMA. Okay, it has good potential for the monthly to come back up to 20. That's actually a good. It's probably not going to do that. It's probably going to come back to 20 flat to 20. So 2020 or 2040. I don't think it will go to 22, but it has a potential to reverse and come back to 2020 and put in a piercing line reversal and then set up to go long. So can you go long here? Yes, go long here. Short-term things, I don't want to say to go short-term things on this. I want to say go long-term. It does have a bullish divergence on the daily, and it looks like it wants to go. And I'm telling you, I think that by the end of the month, we'll end at 20, above 2020, maybe above 2044. But you know, I want to say that it will be 23, 24. Okay. All right, guys. Got all your guys' answers done. Got all the stocks that I talked about done. Okay, did Bitcoin, did everything. All right, that's good. You know, we got a good solid. What was that? Hour and a half? Or how long was that? Hour, 2 hours, almost 2 hours. All right. Well, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for stopping in. And let's remember, let's make some money tomorrow. All right. Good night. Bye.